afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Hairpiece and Hope Mindfulness Workshop. My name is Paula Anderson, and as president of Women of Hope, I just want to welcome you to today's event. And in order to start this session, I am going to share my screen. I know there are people still joining us, which is great, but in the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and get started. So just give me a second to share my screen. I just want to thank you again for attending. And I don't know about you, but the last 2 years has been very challenging with the pandemic, with lots of loss, lots of change. And I know I needed some extra tools in my toolbox in order to help for coping. And I hope that through today's session, we'll be able to provide that for you. So before we get started, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Women of Hope, the organization that's sponsoring this. Women of Hope stands for Women of Health Occupations Promoting Education. The organization was started in 2000, and the mission of our organization is to empower, develop, and provide health education programs and services worldwide, focusing on underserved minority communities in order to improve their quality of life. And so you'll notice that our programs really focus on health, education, and empowerment. And the session today, our intent is to do just that. Our organization has several women who are on the board that have been carrying this organization for over 21 years. It's myself, I'm the president, and then there's Corlette DeVoe, Heather McClimate, Tanya Milholm-Simmons, Dr. Anita Pettaway-Tyler, Dr. Lizanne Philpotts, and Dr. Michelle Powell. The Hairpiece and Hope 5K committee is one of the committees within our organization that really does an amazing job to raise funds and awareness about mixed connective tissue disease and other autoimmune conditions. Ms. Kay Martinek, she happens to be the chair of this committee, but she could not do this great work by herself. As you can see here, we have a total of 11 members of this committee that helped to do this great work. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Ms. Kay Martinek, the chair of this committee.
Hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome. My charge today is to send you to our website, hairpiece5k.com. And my ask is to register for our run. Our 5K run will be taking place Saturday, October the 29th. Right now we have a early bird registration that will be for $25. And if you register now, of course, you'll save $10, okay? Please register, because our ask and our mission and we are here to make sure that we draw an awareness to autoimmune disease. Right now, again, go to the website and register for the Hairpiece 5K run. Thank you and enjoy the session.
Thank you, Kay. It's so important to bring awareness to diseases that affect especially minority communities, and specifically women, is why we're here today. When we decided to do this session, we recognized that we've been raising funds to bring awareness and to help people and individuals affected by autoimmune conditions, but we wanted to do more. And like I said, I think that everyone knows that mindfulness is an important part of wellness. And we thought that this was a great way to give back to the community. In order to do that, we had to reach out and find someone who was able to share in their experience and be able to give us the tools that we need. And that individual today is Miss Yvonne Morris. She is a communication specialist, a holistic life coach. She's also an educator. She's an author of 2 books, Balanced Meditation and Prayers for Everyday Life, and Give Yourself Permission, Embracing the Authentic You. And who doesn't want to show up and be their authentic you? So you're in for a treat today because she has published other meditation, relaxation, visualization CDs, and several inspirational writings. And she has over 30 years of experience with mindfulness and meditation. So I know that you're going to come away more fulfilled today, especially if you're able to apply what she's able to give to you today. So before I actually turn over the mic to Miss Yvonne, we're going to give you an opportunity to win one of her books. And so I'm going to turn it over to a few of the members of the committee to ask questions. And what we ask is that you put your response in the chat. And then the first person to put the response, or the first couple of people, will be able to send you one of her books. So I believe, Ms. Donna, you have the first question.
Sorry, I was on mute. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Thank you again, Paula, for that introduction. I want to see if everybody was paying attention. Paula gave a little information about the Women of Hope organization that sort of hosts the Hairpiece 5K run. And the first question, let's hope our short-term memories are okay, is what is included, any one of the elements that are included in the mission of the Women of Hope. If anybody has an answer, please put it in the chat, and the first person with the correct answer will win the first giveaway. We have a response. Paula, you want to say if this is correct?
Yes, she is correct. It's Paula Vereen Harris, and she put health education. So great job.
So Paula, when you have a minute, just in the chat, directly to Paula privately, just send her your information so we can ship your gift out to you straight away.
Yes, thank you. I happen to know her very intimately, okay. So we can get that right to her. And the other person we'll give a prize to is the person that also answered one of the other things that Women of Hope prides itself with is empowerment. So it's health, education, and empowerment. So we'll give Marie a gift also. So Marie, if you can send your information to me privately in the chat, we'll be happy to get one of the books out to you.
Okay, great.
All right. I think Ms. Tanya has the next question.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Tanya Milholm Simmons. I am a board member of Women of Hope, and I'm also the ambassador for 5K, for Hairpiece 5K and Hope. And my question is, what does HOPE stand for in Women of Hope? Go ahead and put your answer in the chat.
And if you can't get all 3 letters of the acronym, we will take as many as we can that's correct. I know that's a tough question.
Education. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Paula's going to take away all the prizes. Yes, it's health occupations promoting education. So she got 2 of the 4 letters correct. All right. So we'll have to send her a book and she can share it with one of her friends. Okay. The next question is going to be presented by Judith, also known as Donna Skis.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy that you're all here for this mind-blowing experience. As Paula has said, my name is Donna Skis, aka Judith. And this is the question. What is the date for the Hair, Peace, and Hope 5K Run Walk? Just put the answer in the chat and you'll win a book.
That was quick.
Oh, someone got it.
That was quick.
All right. Yes, Dr. Carissa Edwards. Yes, she is the winner. So thank you for paying attention. And Marie was a close second, but it goes to Dr. Carissa Edwards. Thank you. If you'll send your contact information to me in the chat, we will get you your book. All right. The fourth question is going to be presented by Yolanda. Oh, no, Kay. I'm sorry, Kay.
Okay. So let's see who was listening keenly. Where will the Hair, Peace, and Hope 5K run be? Oh, wow, that was quick.
We should have had drum roll music.
I know. So
the question.
So the person who got it the most correct was, well, I guess I can't say the most correct because, so there are two people that got it pretty much on target would be Carissa Edwards and Cheryl Roden. Put it because it's the Miramar Regional Park. So if we combine the two. Marie, I know you were trying, but it's not Mirror Park. But I know you were trying to get it in. I've had to type and struggled with getting the words in too. So we have two winners, Carissa Edwards and Cheryl Roden. Okay, thank you guys for paying attention. All right, and our last question for the session goes to Yolanda. Yolanda Ulett will present that question.
Good afternoon, everyone. So the last and final question is, what year is it for the 5K Hair, Peace, or Walk? What year is it for the Hair, Peace 5K Walk?
What year did it start?
Yes,
No,
like how many years have we been?
How many years has it been?
Years.
You know what they're thinking
Women
about?
of Hope. Women of Hope. Mm-hmm.
So we're saying, what year is it? How many years have we had the run?
I think the way Pema answered it is the way it was asked. First one.
Yeah.
Paula.
Oh, we're getting all kind of numbers.
Yes. So Paula got it right. And that's because she's participated in the past. So. All right. So without further ado, we have many winners. If you send me your information, we will get a book out to you. So thank you for participating. So without further ado, Miss Yvonne, it's on you.
I was getting into it here. I was almost attempted to vote, but I didn't know I could vote. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. And I know it has taken a lot for you to be, well, it's Sunday afternoon. We know how you value your Sundays. And I can't help but shout out. I see like 6 members of my family here from all over the globe. So welcome, fam. It's really good to see you. I am going to, they told you all those nice things about me already, so I'm not even going to, I'm going to jump right in. So if you give me a minute to share my screen and find the one that we want to begin with, let me do that. All right, I hope everybody can see my screen. Can you? Just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Awesome. So this morning, as Paula said in her introduction, we have had a time with the last couple of years, and I don't know how many of you, I could put up two hands if I should ask you, how many of you, I'm not gonna ask you if you've ever experienced stress. I'm gonna ask you if in the last 2 years you felt any, or the last couple of years you felt any kind of stress, particularly when this pandemic that we're in came on. I could put up 2 hands, 2 feet, everything. So I see Paula joining me with 2 hands. So I know that we have felt some amount of stress. And what I want to talk to you about today is, I don't think I have to tell anybody what stress is. And I want to say this at the outset. It's not that we're never going to experience stress, because as long as you're breathing, you're going to experience some stress at some point. What makes the difference, however, is how you deal with that stress. That's what will make all of the difference. So we're going to delve into 2 aspects of that today. We're going to look at something really essential, a couple of things really essential, maybe something we had never thought about, that this could help to relieve stress. We're going to look at our breathing, and then we're going to have an experience. I want to leave a nice chunk of time for us to have an actual experience of a mindfulness practice that you can take with you and do whenever, if you're in traffic, if you're at work, if you just need to breathe when your coworkers are getting on your last nerve. And all of you have wonderful families who never get on your nerves, but just in case they do one day, you will know what to do, sneak in the bathroom for a minute. And, so there's so many other things that we can do. So we're going to focus on a couple of modalities that you can just use to help you to just get through some of the challenging times that you could be facing. So today's focus is just a brief discussion on mindfulness, a brief look at stress. We're just going to talk a little bit about that, what that is, the importance of breathing, and we're actually going to demonstrate what proper breathing is, because a lot of us are going around thinking that we're breathing well, Paula and the committee, and guess what? We're not. If I ask you right now, most of you don't know that you're sitting up like this. Our shoulders are so close to our ears. So even before we begin the session, I'm just going to ask you to drop your shoulders. So you may say, Yvonne, my shoulders are dropped, but I bet they aren't. Just trust me on that one. Shake your shoulders and just drop them out a little bit. Feel free to relax. This is not a session where you're going to be uptight. I'm not even going to ask you to suck in your gut, because that's what we've been doing, walking around, especially we women. Today is Big Belly Day. We're just letting it out because we're going to be breathing, right? So it's impossible to suck in your gut and breathe at the same time. Please remember that I said that. Almost impossible to do that. So you're allowed. This is Big Belly Zone today. We're going to really just lean into that today. So I just want to begin with a little disclaimer. I'm not a medical practitioner, so any information that I provide here regarding stress and health is a result of study and research in my capacity as not just a trained, but a certified holistic life and wellness coach. And of course, my lived experience, because I'm the queen of stress. I have been there, lived it, done it, and still continue to do it. But thank God I have some tools that can help me to get through it, and hopefully will be able to help you too. But before we get there, I know mindfulness has become the buzzword. It's the it word. Everybody's talking about mindfulness, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about it today. And I'm going to begin by just talking about what it is. First of all, it's just simply focused awareness. I know some people make mindfulness sound as if it is something really, woo-woo, and you have to be some kind of specialist and you have to be sitting in the lotus position and floating on a mat and all of that. No, mindfulness is focused awareness. And some of the basic characteristics are just being fully present to what's happening. Even in this moment, as you're listening to me, I see Donna, aka Judith, shaking her head there. As you are listening to me, just for this next few minutes, don't think about what you're gonna cook. Don't think about whether or not you close your car door. Don't think about what you're going to do tomorrow, because most of us live there. We live in the past and we live in the future. Yes, but being fully aware of what's happening in this moment is being mindful. So leave the past in the past. It is what it is, right? Letting fantasies of the future dissolve. That hasn't come yet. As one, Catherine Ponder said, the point of power is in this present moment. You have nothing but this present moment. And I'm going to be leading in with a breath in a minute, and you'll see how this ties in to mindfulness, because I want you to think about this. There is nothing that can take you back to the present as like you're breathing, because here is why breathing. So can I tell you, congratulations to you. If you've been breathing, you've actually been practicing some mindfulness. You've actually been practicing some meditation. You've just not been aware of it. So today we're going to focus on your being aware of it. And here's why mind breathing is such a mindfulness process, conscious breathing, that is. If one of the characteristics of mindfulness is being in the present moment, then think about your breath. Mindfulness requires that you let go of the past, let go of the future, and just be in the now. So let's translate that into your breath. You can't take the next breath until you let go of this current one. Can we agree there? Can we start there? You can't take the next breath until you release the current one that you have. So but we don't stop to think of our breath like that. I have to release this so that I can take in the next breath. So that's the beginning of being mindful, right? Part of mindfulness is refraining from self-judgment and from judging others. I know that we laughed when I said today is Big Belly Day. We're so conscious, and Miss Tanya, we're walking around, and as women, we've been told, suck in your guts. It's impossible to suck in your gut and breathe. Trust me. So most of us, especially as women, we're walking around breathing from up here, from our chest, from our our nostrils, rather than just breathing from our guts, breathing from that nice big belly breathing. Yes. So part of being mindful is refraining from judging. What are they thinking about me? What am I thinking? Are we comparing ourselves to other people? We all want to look like these people we see on Instagram. Most of all of that is fake, right? Let's release that today, right? So we're refraining from self-judgment and from judging others. Keeping our emotions in check. Lord, I know that's hard. That is hard. If somebody is getting on your last nerves, keeping your emotions in check is not easy. I am looking at little clips because I've kind of been left traumatized by events of the last few years, so I don't watch a whole lot of news, but I've been watching clips of Judge, what's her name, Jackson, the confirmation hearing, yes? And my prayer is that if I could be half as composed as that woman, keeping my emotions in check, then I'm going to start keeping a picture of her as just being the epitome of being in the present moment. Because if I could keep my emotions in check like that, I would be winning. So keeping your emotions in check is one of the hardest things for us to do, because we are not taught to listen to understand. We are taught to listen to react, to listen to respond and clap back, and you just want to fight. We're always in that fight or flight mode, right? So mindfulness helps you to respond rather than reacting, just like you see her doing. She could so easily react, but she is responding. And then being a woman has extra pressure on her because we're expected, and being a woman, of course, pardon my saying this, of color, she's expecting she even has to practice this more. So we have to be mindful of this. And of course, mindfulness helps us to strengthen our connection to our core selves. It brings us back to who we are. What do we believe? What is happening with me now? How can I get through this without destroying myself and everybody else around me. So those are just some of the basic characteristics of mindfulness. Mindfulness, although like I said, it's fancy now and it's the in thing, it's not new. It dates back some 2,500 years and started, as you know, in the East, and then John Kabat-Zinn is credited to bringing it here or popularizing it here in the West. So I'm not going to read this whole slide because this is being recorded, so you'll be able to see it when you look back at it. But it's not a new thing. We're just being hip to it now, but really it is not new. And as Kabat-Zinn himself summed it up and said, mindfulness simply means paying attention, being on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. And that kind of fit in with the basic characteristics that I broke it down into in the beginning of this. So as we go through this, just remember it's all about paying attention. So since we're focusing on stress today, I thought this was just a nice little way if you want to remember what stress is. All of us feel stress. And this is kind of a mnemonic. Someone trying to repair every situation solo. In other words, we think we can just do this all by ourselves, Donna. And if we can't do it, nobody else can do it like us, right? But then, whether we like it or not, we grow up also hearing that no man is an island, right? And anything that you can't do right now, trust me, it's gonna be there 10 minutes from now, you can pick it up back if you need to. But sometimes you just have to, in order to relieve yourself of the stress, just remember that you are not going to be able to repair every situation by yourself. You also have to accept that some situations you can't repair at all. Some situations don't need repairing. Some things you just need to let it go, right? But we, and especially women, we just like to feel, we have on our capes, our superwoman cape, and we're going to fix everything and fix everybody in the process. But that's for another session. But just remember this little ditty. Take a picture of it if you will, because I think it is so cool. Someone trying to repair every situation solo. And if that's what you're trying to do, you're constantly going to be under stress. You're constantly. So let go of the notion that you have to do it all and you have to do it all in this minute. Yes? So let's look at stress. What is it? Basically, it's when you feel like you're just emotional. You feel like a pressure cooker. You're under too much mental or emotional stress. You feel like you can't cope. Yes? And your body reacts to it, reacts to how you're feeling. It starts, those of you who, we have some, medical practitioners here who can speak to this even better than I can. You feel all sorts of stuff. You're sweating, you're hyperventilating, you can't sleep. And if you're like me, stress manifests in all sorts of ways, weight gain, all sorts of other things. Our self-esteem is affected. So stress can really, really wreak havoc in your life and the lives of those around you. Because remember, what's going on with you is also affecting the people that are around you. So we also have to be very mindful of that. So stress can affect us in many ways. But guess what? There's hope. How many of you, just with that, give me a thumbs up, realize that stress doesn't have to be all bad? No, maybe that's not what we want to hear. Stress does not have to be all bad. So for those of you who may not be aware of it, I'm going to point out two types of stresses today, right? So stress is caused by being here. Those of you who are familiar with Eckhart Tolle, he said it's caused by being here, but wanting to be there. Being in the present, but wanting to be in the future. So it's splitting and tearing you apart. Because you can't be, unless, I know some, we have superpowers and some of us have learned how to teleport and levitate and all of that. But for the most part, you can't be here and be there at the same time. I wish I could do it. I wish, and I'm sure you wish you could, but that's not the reality. So let's just start with there. But as I said, stress is not all bad, because here's where we get to. There are stresses, but the two main type I'm going to talk about right now, and which one is going to lead us into this practice. There's something called eustress. Eustress is good stress. That's the kind of stress that, when you're getting married or you're going on your first date or you're going on something exciting, when you go for that 5K run, Jackie, that's good stress. When you feel you're stressed out, you that adrenaline that's keeping you going, and then it is stressful, right? It is stressful. However, it's not the kind of stress that's going to kill you, unless there is some other underlying conditions that maybe you weren't aware of. When you're watching a scary movie or you're taking on a fun challenge, even the little challenge that the committee throw out at the beginning, where you're trying to remember these questions, that's stress, but it's good stress, because you're going to win something at the end and you're having fun. So that is called eustress. The type of stress that you want to fight against, however, is distress. That's the unhealthy kind that causes your body to break down, puts you in anxiety and fear and distress. So just to keep that in mind. Not all stress is bad, but the challenge is, how do you turn that distress into eustress, if possible? How do you eliminate or lessen some of the stressors in your life as you focus more on the good stress, the eustress? So if anybody didn't know about eustress before, now you know. So don't think of stress as all bad, right? So we're going to begin with looking at, how do you combat the distress, the one that we just talked about? We know how to go practice for a run and how to get ready for a date and how all of that good stuff. But how do you begin to deal with the distress that so many of us are facing for so many different reasons, and that people with autoimmune diseases, when you add everything else that's happening on top of that, that really is a recipe for distress. So how do we combat that? We can begin with something that we take so much for granted, and it is the breath. The breath, breathing, is the foundation of any mindfulness practice. As a matter of fact, just the act of your breathing is in and of itself a mindfulness practice, and it is a meditation practice. And no matter what technique of meditation you use, because there's so many techniques, mindfulness is just one of them. There's so many techniques, but no matter which one you use, one thing that they all have in common is the breath. How many of you take your breath for granted? I know I do. We just go around breathing, right? But what were we forced to focus on in the last 2 years with this pandemic? What were we forced to focus on a lot? Wasn't it our breathing, right? That's one of the things they reminded you to do. Take deep breaths, yes? More than ever, we had people practicing how to breathe and taking deep breaths for the first time ever. You know, the universe has a way of bringing us back to center, right? Sometimes when it sees that we're not doing what we're supposed to do, it finds a way to adjust. And unfortunately, I hate to say it this way, and as horrible as this pandemic may be, sometimes I think about it and say, this is one of those adjustments. This is one of those times when you're stopped. We were forced to be locked in with people who maybe we don't even like, and we were forced to take a breath and be cooped up with people who we've never spent any time with. And sometimes you just had to go in the bathroom and breathe so you don't strangle this person or these people that you're around with, yes? So we were forced to breathe, even though we might not have been doing it correctly, so to speak. We were forced to breathe. So let's look at this breath. What is it? Breath, and this may surprise some of you, many of you, maybe. In some languages, do you know that the word for spirit and breath is the same word? That's just to show you how important the breath is. Think about the creation story. What did it begin with? Didn't it begin with the breath? It begins with the breath, yes? So in Sanskrit, which is the oldest language, it's prana. The word for breath is prana. So those of you who do yoga, your yoga instructor may tell you about pranayama, yes? In Hebrew, it's ruach. I wish I could say the guttural sound, but it's ruach. In Greek, it's pneuma, and the doctors in the house will recognize the root of that word, anything to do with breathing, pneumonia, your breath and so on, pneuma. And in Latin, it's spiritus, yes? So that's the importance of your breath. There is no coincidence that we often hear it referred to as the breath of life. Your breath of life. Look what it's associated with, your life. I guarantee you, people could ask you to give up almost anything. It's Lent now, and some of you may have given up things for Lent, but the one thing I guarantee you didn't give up was breath. You ain't gonna give up your breathing for Lent. You're not gonna give up your breathing for anything. That's how important your breath is. So as we go through this, it's your life force. I want you to remember why it is such an important part of our life. And as Andrew Weil says, it's the bridge between mind and body. It's what connects you between the conscious and the unconscious. That's how important it is. And today we're going to do a little bit of practice of it in just a minute. Breath. Jan Van Zandt had a quote that I like. I've always liked it. I looked for it and I found it. Breath is your source and your strength. It is the eternal beacon of light that beckons you and guides you home. There is a reason why when you're upset, what's one of the first things that they say to you when you're upset? Don't they just tell you, breathe, right, Paula? Breathe, take a breath. They'll pull you aside and they'll say, just breathe. That's how important it is, because it has a way of just bringing you back to what's important, bringing you back to the now, bringing you back to the moment so that you can think clearly and see what's important and what is not. So for the next few minutes, we're going to just breathe, just to show you how important. I love this picture. Yes, I'm trying to figure out a way to leave it as my screensaver. So we're going to just breathe for you to see it. And we're going to do what we call conscious breathing. And conscious breathing is simply focusing on your breath. Yes, all of us here on this session, we're all breathing, but how many of us are doing so consciously? How many of us are paying attention to it? We take it for granted, right? So we're going to look at how can we breathe consciously every day, just to help us move through some of the emotions that we're feeling. Help us move sometimes at the end of the day after teaching several classes, and in this time it's more difficult now than ever. I just want to sit down and just breathe for a moment. Before I go to bed at night, I do 5 to 10 minutes of just conscious breathing, nothing else. Just breathe, just to see if I can just put my body and my mind in a good place to have a good night's rest. So conscious breathing, which we're going to focus on, is crucial. And conscious breathing, it's not anything fancy. It's just bringing you back to the sensation and the feeling of breathing. I was watching a few years ago, back when I used to watch when Dancing with the Stars just started, and I was watching Dancing with the Stars in the early years. And I remember the year when, what's her name, Marie Osmond was on. And after she danced and she went up to Tom Bergeron to do the after dance interview, she just, boom, she fainted. She was on the ground. Of course, everybody panicked. And then when she got up, and so they asked what happened, she said, I forgot to breathe. She was so busy during that dance holding, number one, they're in these fancy tight costumes. She was so busy holding in her her gut and holding in her belly and making sure that she looked pretty, she forgot to breathe. When you forget to breathe, there's no oxygenation going on. You're literally stopping your life flow. So that's what happened with her. So I just want you, after you leave the session today, to just promise yourself, promise me, promise yourself, to just take some time out in the day to breathe. 60 seconds, just to focus on your breath. Because when you breathe in this moment, you're telling your body, I see you, I feel you, I know that you're here, right? Let me just let go of what just upset me because there is nothing I can do about it. But in this moment, I can refresh, I can recharge, I can re-engage, I can respond instead of react. You're living in the present moment. And that's really the only healthy place to be, is to live in the present moment. Because no matter how hard we try, we can't control the next moment. The only thing you can control is what's happening right now. So why not feel what's happening right now with breath, the breath of life, because that's what's going to help you. So my challenge to you is every single day, just take 60 seconds. I post some things on my YouTube channel called Breathing Break. I just take a 60-second breathing break in between classes or something, just go out in the back or wherever. Just take 60 seconds for you and just consciously breathe. And before you go to bed at night, just breathe. So we are going to take the next few minutes. We're not going to take long because I wanted us to move into the other part, the bigger part of this stress reduction, where you really want to take away another tool. So we are just going to take a few seconds to just breathe, right? One conscious breath is a meditation. I want you to remember that. So when you stop and just consciously breathe. For those of you who say, I've never meditated, I don't know how to meditate, I don't know how to be mindful. If you can just stop for a moment and be conscious of that breath in and out, you're actually being mindful. You're actually meditating. So we are going to do that. So, what happened here? So while I do that, I didn't intend to stop sharing my screen, but it was perfect timing because that was the end of that particular, see, everything is in divine order. So I want you for a few moments, and we're just going to do this for maybe 2-3 minutes, if that much. I want you to just sit back. You don't have to close your eyes or anything, but if you feel that you need to, I want you to totally relax. Totally relax. Kick your shoes off. If you have on anything that's squeezing you, loosen it up. And just pay attention to me for a minute, because this is what I want. I want you to put one hand on your chest and another hand on your belly, like right over that, your belly button area there. When you inhale, because we want to be conscious about this, when you inhale, your hand should move out, contrary to what people tell us. When you breathe, when you inhale, you don't suck your belly in. When you inhale, you fill up your diaphragm, you fill up that whole belly area, so your hands should be moving out. And when you exhale, that's when your belly goes in. If you want to know how proper breathing is done, watch somebody sleeping. Watch a baby, because they have no control over their breath. So especially babies, you'll see them breathe and their little bellies get really big and then they exhale. That's proper breathing. So let's do that right now. So I want you to inhale. You should feel your hands going out, and exhale. Hold that belly in. Suck it in. Inhale. And exhale. I want you to really feel, and with each exhalation, I want you to drop your shoulders a little bit. So inhale deeply. Exhale, squeeze that air out and suck that belly in. This time, I'm going to let you hold it, not for long, but as the days go on, I want you to add a couple of seconds. So I want you to inhale. I'm going to do what we call a box or a square. I'm going to let you inhale for 4, hold it for 4, release it for 4. So we're going to do a square. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale. This time when you inhale, I want you to exhale just with a soft sound. So it'll be like this. Inhale and exhale. Really, really deeply. When you exhale, I want you to picture yourself squeezing out every ounce of that exhalation so that you can take in some fresh air. So inhale, 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 and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. This time when you inhale, I want you to just feel the sensation of that breath of life going through your nostrils. And I want you to imagine it just replenishing every cell of your body. So inhale, be conscious of what it's doing. Be grateful for it. Bless that breath. And exhale. Understanding that even in the exhalation, something is benefiting. The plants are benefiting from your exhalation. So it's the breath of life all around. So inhale and exhale. Shake your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. So as we go through, so just keep breathing deeply if you want. Come as we go through the next session, I just wanted to lead in with this because I want to take in this. I want you to take the idea of this breath with you as we go through the next segment of this. What I want you to understand is just a breath, just your conscious breath can be the difference between your saying something that you didn't want to say and not. So please don't underestimate the power of your breath. I'm also going to throw out a challenge to you. Tonight, before you go to bed, start with 1 minute, and tomorrow night, add another minute, and so on until do this for 21 days. I am up to the point now, and this got me through this pandemic. I'm up to the point now where I can actually hold my breath for a count of 18. I'm up to 18. It's long, right? But it really, really helps to strengthen your lungs and really helps to make you feel refreshed. So come back to me, guys, if you can. Keep breathing as we move through the next session. Any questions, if you guys feel any discomfort with anything that you're doing, please just go back to breathing normally and stop. So I hope everybody is okay. I hope you're all still here with us. Yes. So keep breathing as we move through the next session. And if you have any questions about what just happened, then at the end, we can talk about it. But I'm going to move now into a section that's really going to put you into a space of practicing this mindfulness. And why I chose relaxation, and this is a full body relaxation, is because, just with a thumbs up, how many of you could do with some relaxation? I know I can, and especially if you can't get to a spa, because I'm a spa junkie. I like the spa, but I'm not really going into anybody's spa right now, so I have to create my own. And one of the ways that you can create your own, and I suspect that a lot of you have jobs that can bring a lot of stress. If you don't, then God bless you. But I know I have one that brings a good amount of stress. This is something, I chose relaxation full, and this is going to be what we call a full body scan relaxation. This is something you can do in your car. It's something you can do while you're washing dishes. It's something that you can do while you're in the shower, wherever you are. I promise you, this is a technique that you don't have to pay anybody to teach you to do, because this is something you can do for yourself. So we're going to talk a little bit about relaxation as a stress reliever and also as a mindfulness practice. And some of you may be asking, relaxation is meditation? It really is. Relaxation is mindfulness? It really is. So many health organizations are now using progressive relaxation as a part of their healing modalities, because we recognize that we hold so much stress in our bodies. I can only speak for me, and at the end, you guys, I want you to put in the chat, this is one of the questions you can think about. I want to find out, where do you hold your stress? Mine is up here and in my belly, in my stomach region, right? At the end of the day, sometimes I feel like my shoulders are going to fall off. Don't know if any of you have that, yes? And then what that does, it gives me, I get a headache because I'm so tense, I'm so stressed that I find myself, I see Donna, Paula loosening up her neck, even as we speak. So if you can just do this for yourself, I promise you, you will see the benefits of it. It's a process. What is relaxation? It's a process of helping you to help your body to decrease the effects of stress. And the Mayo Clinic puts it this way: it's a great way to help with your stress management. It's not just about your peace of mind and just to enjoy it as a hobby. It's a process that decreases how stress affects your body. And it can really help you to cope with everyday stresses and the health issues that they bring. And this is this is something that clinics like Mayo Clinic and so on practice regularly as part of their healing modalities to help their patients to overcome stress-related diseases. And you can go back and look at this, since there's a recording of it, just to show you some of the benefits. I won't take time out to read this because I know you guys can see it and we'll be able to see it again. But there are many, many benefits towards you're just taking a few minutes every single day just to relax. I like to call it me time, just to have some me time. You deserve that, everybody. You deserve to have some me time. While you're busy taking care of everybody else, who's taking care of you? Who's taking care of you? You have on your superwoman cape, you come home from work, you're expected to cook and make everybody else happy. Who's taking care of you?
this is one way that you can take care of yourself, and it costs you nothing but just a few minutes. Yes, just a few minutes. So, as I said with breathing, relaxation allows you to just release, just to relax, and to let go. So you see how closely tied in it is to your breathing, because that's what your breathing does. It allows you to release, to relax, and to let go. And it is a meditation technique. So what we're going to do today is what's called progressive muscle relaxation. But there are many types of relaxation. Many types. Some of you get massages, some of you do Tai Chi, some of you may do yoga, and so on. They all are part of helping you get, because when you go to, a massage therapist, that's what you're basically saying to them. Please give me a massage. When I go sit before Landy and ask her to, give me a manicure and a pedicure, and Landy knows the deal, right? If she doesn't do anything else, I am upset if she doesn't massage my hands and so on. And I fuss about it, right, Landy? I fuss, I'm like, are you forgetting something? Because I am totally, that's my relaxation time, right? That is my relaxation time. So, but today I'm going to put you through, and I really want you to savor every moment of this, every moment of this. And I understand if one technique doesn't work for you, find another. Just as simple as going to get Kay to do your hair and massage your scalp and whatever she does, but that's relaxation. You think most of us don't go to Kay because we can't do our own hair. We go to Kay because we want to relax. Well, we want to get her Picasso skills, of course, but we also want just those few minutes to ourselves so that we can relax and just recharge for a minute, right? Mental health experts remind us, however, I have this here, if you have any psychological issues and so on. So at any time while we're doing this, if you experience any feeling of emotional discomfort during this or any relaxation techniques, although this is rare, if it happens, please discontinue. Please discontinue and just feel free to sit and breathe and, bring your mind to something pleasant, because different things trigger different people. So if there is anything here, please understand that you are in no way obligated to see this through. This is very simple. This is nothing deep. However, I just have to be mindful of that. So just remember to take some time every day to do what we are going to do today. Yours don't have to be the 20 minutes, or let me check my time. Yours don't have to be the 20 minutes or whatever that is going to take for us to do this, but you can do 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You deserve that. You deserve that time. So we are going to move into the experience. So what I want you to do is, if you thought I had asked you before to just relax, I am going to ask you to relax even more now. Kick off your shoes, loosen up your belt, whatever you need to do. If you fall asleep, that's fine. Put your mics on mute so I don't hear you snoring, because that's happened too. It happens in the sessions. People are like, oh, so those of you who are snorers like me, I know it's beautiful music, but so put your mics on mute so that we can enjoy the full experience, All right, so just prepare yourselves for this. Let me end this show, stop sharing, just so that I can have everybody's. All right. So get ready, everybody. Want to make sure I have my time. And I want you to this is going to be progressive relaxation. So I'm literally going to be, sometimes I do this with music. I'm not even going to do that with music today because I don't want anything to distract you. The only thing you're going to be hearing is the sound of my voice. And at any point in time during the relaxation, if I, at the end of it, I'm going to have, I'm going to count you out of it so that you can, just come back to us, come back here. If you fall asleep, that's okay too. Paula V, you've gone sideways. There you go, Paula. All right, Paula, you're right way back up with us now. So just relax, sit back, pretend like you're just chilling at home, shoes off. And I'm going to be taking you through a relaxation from head to toe. It's not going to be rushed. And we're going to, at the end of this, we are going to talk about the experience for you. We're going to be able to share. So just sit back and relax. And I want you to, you don't have to close your eyes at the beginning, but if you want to, you can go ahead and close them now, because there is coming a time when I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. As with everything, progressive muscle relaxation starts with your breathing. So I want you to inhale, just like we went through before, and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Inhale deeply for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your shoulders and exhale. 3, 2, 1. And as you keep breathing, just keep breathing, I want you to focus your attention on your head. Focus your attention on your head, the crown of your head, your scalp. Is there any tension? Is there any tension? And I want you to inhale and just imagine that breath just washing away the tension. And exhale. I want you to imagine soft fingers massaging your scalp, just washing away any tension that may be in your head. Just breathe. Relax. And that relaxation moves to your forehead. And just so you can recognize the difference between tension and relaxation, I want you to raise your eyebrows sharply. Raise your eyebrows. Feel that tension across your forehead. Hold it. Really feel that tension and slowly release it and feel the difference. Feel the difference. Inhale deeply. Raise your eyebrows. Exhale and release that tension. Your forehead is relaxed. I want you to scrunch your eyebrows up, squeeze up your eyes and your eyebrows. Feel that tension. Just scrunch it up. Squeeze your eyes up so tight you can almost feel it watering. That's tension. And I want you to release it and feel the difference. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Let your eyes relax. Let your eyes close gently. And just relax. I want you to stick your lips out, purse your lips out as if you're in like a kiss. But really squeeze it out. Purse it out and you feel all of that tension in your cheeks. And then slowly release it into a smile. And feel the difference. One more time, scrunch up your lips. Feel that tension. Release it to a smile. And feel the difference. Beautiful. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. And just relax. I want you to bring your focus to your mouth. Press your tongue up against the roof of your mouth. Press your tongue up against your teeth, against the roof of your mouth. Feel the tension and release it. Release. Separate your lips slightly so that a slight breath is coming out. And just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Allow that relaxation to move to your throat. So many of us carry tension in our throats because we don't speak up. We don't say what we want to say. So our throats are tight. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. And just imagine soft hands, the life just massaging your throat. You're so relaxed. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Your mouth is relaxed. Your lips are relaxed. Your throat is relaxed. That relaxation wraps around to the back of your neck. You can feel your ears relaxing. The back of your neck is relaxed as you inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale deeply. Feel that relaxation in your neck, your throat, as it moves slowly down your shoulders. I want you to inhale. Lift your shoulders up until it's almost touching your ears. Lift up your shoulders. Feel the tension. Exhale and drop your shoulders. Feel the difference. This is a big one. Raise your shoulders up again. Feel that tension as you inhale and exhale and drop your shoulders even further. Drop your shoulders even further. Sink back into your seat. Shake your shoulders a little bit. Let it go. Relax your shoulders. That relaxation moves from your shoulders down to your upper arms. Just relax. Just relax. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly and feel that tension move through your elbows. That relaxation moves through your elbows, through your lower arms, Open your palms, open your hands. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Feel that relaxation washing over your palms, out your fingers, through your very fingertips. Just let your arms, your hands, just let them feel heavy and loose and relaxed. Just relax. Just relax. Inhale deeply. And as you feel that inhalation in your chest, just imagine your chest area, your breasts, your upper abdomen. Just relax. Just relax. The relaxation moves down to your belly, and I want you to inhale and stick that belly out. Really stick it out. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Just relax that belly. Inhale deeply. Expand, extend your stomach. Exhale. And just let your stomach go loose and relax as you breathe naturally. That relaxation now feels like a hug as it wraps around to your back, your upper back. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that breath just washing over your back. So much tension in your lower back, in your waist. Just sink into your chair and relax. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Shoulders drop. Back relaxed. If you feel your head moving slowly down as if you are gonna doze off, don't fight it. Just let it be. Just relax. That relaxation moves down your lower back. It moves down. You can feel it moves to your buttocks, through those muscles. What I want you to do is tense up as if you're in the gym and you're working those glutes. Tense the muscles up. So you're almost sitting up in your chair, and slowly, slowly, slowly release it and feel difference. That's the difference between tension and relaxation. One more time, just tense up those glute muscles. Really tense them up. Breathe and slowly, slowly release it. And really settle back into your seat. The relaxation moves to your thighs. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Feel that relaxation. It feels like a massage, massaging the back of your thighs, the front of your thighs. And just allow your thighs, your knees, just allow them to flop to the side if necessary. Just relax. No judgment. Just relax. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. The relaxation moves through your knees, down through your legs. Your calves are relaxed. You've been running, doing your 5Ks. And oh, your feet, your thighs, your legs, they need this relaxation. The front of your legs are relaxed. Your calves are relaxed. Breathe into it. Inhale and exhale. Feel that relaxation move through your legs, down to your feet. I want you to curl your toes, curl up your toes and feel that tension. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, release those toes, set them free. Wiggle those toes around and just relax. Your toes are relaxed. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Your toes are relaxed. Your feet are relaxed. Breathe deeply. Your legs are relaxed. Your knees are relaxed. Your thighs are relaxed. Your buttocks are relaxed. Your abdomen is relaxed. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Your chest is relaxed. Your lower back is relaxed. Your upper back is relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your fingers are relaxed. Your hands are relaxed. In fact, they're so relaxed you can hardly feel them. They're heavy. Your legs, feet, are heavy. Your neck is relaxed. Your throat is relaxed. Your cheeks are relaxed. Your lips are relaxed. Your tongue is relaxed. Your ears relaxed. Your entire face. Your eyes are relaxed. Your forehead is relaxed. Your scalp, your entire head is relaxed. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just sit in this relaxed state. You will hear my voice and I'm going to count you out of it, but just relax. Four, three, two, one. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Open your eyes. Just come back to this present moment. If you're awake, don't know if you are, but if you are, and just continue to breathe. Just breathe. So that, before we get to, that concludes the experience. And I don't know, this is when I'm gonna ask, I hope everybody's okay. Come back to me. I can't see many of you, so I don't know if you fell asleep, if you fell off the bed, off the chair, or what happens, but I trust that just for these few minutes, you were able to get some me time, even if you have to go back and cook or whatever it is you're gonna do after this. At least you took this time out just to relax. And what I wanted to show you, Cheryl, I see Cheryl giving me that smile and nodding, looks so beautiful in her pearls and everything. I just want you to know that this is something you can do for yourself every single day. It doesn't have to be 20 minutes like we just did or whatever. I was lost because as I'm doing this with you, my eyes are closed. I almost fell asleep myself, so I hope I didn't. So this is just to remind you that this you can do. And guys, guess what? You just practice mindfulness. You just practice meditation. So if you think mindfulness is something, just mindfulness is just being present, being in the present moment. How does this help you to release stress? Just to do what you are doing. Take a few minutes, I beg of you. I see based on the names, I see it's mostly women who are here. I see Sarah, I watch Sarah's workout videos every day. So Sarah, this is something that you all think I'm not keeping up with you. So just make sure that this is something that you can do for yourself, if it's even for 5 minutes. So I just want to hear your experiences with what that was. Put it in the chat. I want to hear you out loud. So this is when you can unmute your mics and talk to us, tell us what you felt, because I think, 4:30, right on target. So I guess I had good time management here. So I just want to hear from you. I don't know if she's still on. I saw my sister from New York who just had major surgery, but I saw her sign on. So I don't see her name anymore, but I know she was on earlier. So talk to us. Let's hear you. Back over to you, committee. So if you have any questions, any comments.
So much. Thank you so much, Miss Yvonne. It was really relaxing. Just preparing for this, you get tense, and I could feel it really in my shoulders. And I'm so glad to say that I am moving freely and much more relaxed. But we would like to hear if there's anybody else that wants to share their experience.
Yes.
And for that, we'll send you a book if you haven't already received one.
Just in case you're wondering what the book they're talking about looks like, this is it. Give yourself permission, embracing the authentic you. So that's what they'll be sending you.
Paul, I was very, very relaxed. I was trying not to fall asleep.
No, Cheryl, I didn't want you to fight it, Cheryl. Fall asleep. This is your time, Cheryl. No, fall asleep if you will. I tell you.
Okay.
I've had people fall asleep. The session is over, and then I feel so bad because I don't want to wake them up. I'm like, okay, wake up. But that's what you're supposed to do. I see my sister Pema here, Carlene, Angie, Heather. Yes. So no, Cheryl, don't remember. Okay. I said this, Cheryl. This was big belly day, sleeping day. This is everything that you usually are not doing, Cheryl. This was your time to be authentically you. So please, if you're drooling, that's it. That's good too. Whatever you are doing, just let it happen, Cheryl. Just let it happen.
Okay.
That means, Cheryl, that, you know what that means, Cheryl? You know why I'm glad to hear that? It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Right. Okay.
That was it.
Okay. Thank you.
That was it.
Thank you for sharing.
All right.
Hello, I'm Carissa. Hi, nice to meet you. That that felt amazing for me. I too was also trying not to fall asleep, but also trying to let it go, but I didn't know who was looking at me. It's a whole process, all in a few seconds. So I really appreciate how you taught the breathing techniques, which I can definitely use throughout the day. And for me, like my personal goal is to do at least once a day. And hopefully I can, keep doing that and at least maintain that, because it does, once you're in that state of peacefulness, you go back into any situation and hopefully you still have that. And then having, the previous slides when you began said to respond and not to react. That one, I really liked one of those, because sometimes it's easy to react and not respond, because there are two different things. So I appreciate you for making that distinction.
Two different things, Caressa. And it is just getting back into that mindful state, Caressa. And sometimes all it takes is just that, just let me step away from this and breathe for a second. That could be the difference between how many times have you said, oh God, the devil made me do it. You know how we blame the devil and blame all sorts of things that made me do it, when all we needed to do, and sometimes, Caressa, as we say, it be your own people, it could be your kids, it could be your spouse, it could be the ones that just drive you over the edge. And if you can just step away just for it, remember, I just put you through 20 minutes, but yours don't have to be, yours can be 1 minute, just enough, because it's not about reacting, it's about responding. We can't avoid stress, Caressa, we can't avoid it. So, but it's how we respond to the stress that is going to, some of us break out in hives, some of us do all sorts of things. But if we can just learn some techniques, and there's so many techniques, but this is one, I chose this one because this is one that you can do anywhere, anytime. When that person cuts you off in traffic, instead of driving them down and having an altercation, you know how that is. We live in South Florida, so people will drive you down in a heartbeat. So just breathe, just come back to being present, to respond, Caressa, instead of reacting. Because we're so reactionary now. Everything is just to fight, just to react. So thank you so much for that, for saying that.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
everyone.
you, Yvonne. This is Paula V.
Hi, Paula V.
For the past 3 months, I've been listening to some relaxing like music and at work. But now I'm going to add that next level with the breathing to it, because I noticed that the relaxing music kept me kind of balanced and leveled, and I wouldn't just say everything I was thinking anymore. I wasn't, reacting anymore, but now the breathing. So, and I literally this week I found mindfulness breathing on the TV on YouTube somewhere. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna add that breathing to my day.
Will change your life, Paula. It'll change your day. I promise you, it'll change your day. Thanks, Paula. Sarah had something. Sarah was gonna. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Riley. Let me just start off by saying, Yvonne, your voice in itself is relaxing. I love hearing your voice all the time. It's what I felt was emotional, especially when you were saying taking a deep breath. And what you said at the beginning, where you can't take one breath without releasing the next one, really resonated to just my life experience, period. So this is something that I need to start incorporating with my workouts, because as you know, I work out 6 days out the week.
I've been watching you, Sarah, and I'm like, I'm living my life vicariously through you, Sarah.
So I'm definitely going to incorporate the deep breathing, because it just helps you focus on your mind and your body, and the way you took us through each body part. It's the same way working out works. You really focus on your muscles. So incorporating the breathing is definitely a benefit. And I appreciate you giving this experience to us today.
Thank you, Sarah. Keep doing what you're doing, girl. I'm looking at the transformation and I'm like, whoa.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi.
Gina. Hi, Gina.
Yes. Hi, Yvonne. First, I just want to thank you for an excellent presentation. I think you took the concept of mindfulness and really explained it in such a basic way so that you can really feel the presence of the moment. And thank you for that exercise. Now, I'm going to tell you, I started sleeping with the deep breathing. So by the time we got to the meditation, but I could hear your voice through everything. I like the way just focusing on some of these areas of tension, starting from the scalp and moving down and starting to release them, because you don't realize that when you mentioned the shoulders, initially I said my shoulders are down, and then I released them and realized they were up at my ears. So thank you for focusing on these areas of tension, and I want to take this and just try to incorporate it into my daily day so that I can make sure to focus in the moment and appreciate. So thank you again.
Thanks, Gina. I'm telling you, Gina, most of us don't know that this is how we're going around every day, because we're doing it. It's so normal to us. But even just now, just doing this, Gina, and then doing this, you're like, my God, this is how I'm going around every single day. And that's how most of us are going around. But just doing this. So thank you so much. And even that, just dropping your shoulders, Gina, it just being conscious of it, it can make such a big difference, So thank you so much for that comment. Gina, I hope you're putting all of that in the chat so that we can send you your book. Or whoever, not we, the committee. I'm behaving like I'm part of this committee. All right.
No, thank you, Ms. Yvonne. We did say if you participate, so just send me your contact information. Fortunately, many of the people on today I know intimately, so we thank you all for the support, but do send me a private text if I do not know you personally, and we will send you a copy of the book. Thank you for all your comments. I mean, great comments, and they resonated with me in the same way. I just wasn't able to express it so eloquently. So we thank all the people who expressed themselves. Is there anybody else that wanted to share their experience?
All right,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say that, and I don't know if this is supposed to happen or whatever, but what I experienced was that I was drawn to a particular spot when you went down from head to toe of the whole relaxation process by tensing up. So you recognize what being tensed is, and then you're able to release it. When we were going through that process, I noticed that there was one spot that I couldn't get relaxed. I couldn't release. As a matter of fact, because everywhere else in my body was relaxed, that point stood out because I couldn't get it to go. So, and now I'm thinking, well, what do I do with that?
Listen, but Donna, that's perfect, because what that does, it now shows you, Donna, that area that you really need to work on. Because what it means is that everything else, okay, it may be a little easier for you. And for me, even though I've been doing that for a long time, as much as I do this now, I have to recognize some areas. I still work. I carry a lot of tension. I tend to carry a lot of tension in my abdomen area and in my throat. And it's interesting because my throat, because I'm a speaker and so on, I'm very sensitive. So a lot of things are held in my throat. If I'm angry, if I get angry, let's just say somebody upset me and I can't get to express, in 5 minutes time, I have a sore throat. So I carry a lot of tension and stress in my throat. So I have to be mindful of it. And I link that with those of you who are, into the body like this. I link that with my whole power area, my whole voice and so on, especially if I can't express myself, it manifests as a sore throat. So I carry a lot of tension here. So then when I'm doing this breathing, I have to focus a lot on my throat. I would love to, if you don't mind sharing, where was that?
It's
if you don't
actually in
mind.
my chest.
Yeah, and that is not uncommon. That's not uncommon. So for me, and for those of you who study maybe the chakras and so on, you will, that's your whole, think about it. That's your whole chest area. That's your whole heart area. That's your whole breathing area. So we hold a lot of things here. We hold a lot of things here. So, I'm just going to make a suggestion, Donna. Like I said, I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm going to make a suggestion because that's what got me through the pandemic, focusing on the deep breath and just breathing. Every single night I do 5 to 10 minutes. And I don't focus on anything else, my head, or unless I'm but my chest, I have to focus on a lot because I have so much going on between the throat and the chest and it's not surprising. It just means, Donna, that's just something that you have to just be intention. My word for this.
I think I do. Because it was
Yeah.
almost painful. It was almost painful being so relaxed everywhere else. And then this one spot that you can't.
And then what makes it worse, Donna, is that spot, I tell you, the universe is awesome. That spot is telling you, work on me, I'm here. This is me, focus on me. So it's calling out to you. That's what it's telling you. This is my spot. This is the spot that I need to focus on. So interesting, awesome. Awesome.
I felt the same way, Donna. Mine was in my shoulder and we moved through the body. And as I got more relaxed, I could feel the tension there. And I felt like I needed to do that stress relief longer, but I wanted to stay on pace. So sometimes it means just working on it. And like Sister Yvonne just said, once I found to be more intentional with meditation, I was able to relieve my pain anywhere in my body by just focusing and putting that mindfulness right to the area. And it almost seems mystical because before I didn't have that level of intention until I started doing meditation. But I noticed it almost instantaneously once I started to realize that I had that level of concentration and power to help with the healing process, that I've done it more and more. I even hit my hand today and I did the same thing and had that intention and the pain went away instantaneously. And that was just my own personal experience, but I had heard it before from others, but until I started doing it myself. And this exercise, I think, is just an example of what we're able to do with our minds if we just are intentional and we concentrate. And, Sister Yvonne, or Miss Yvonne, affectionately known, one of the other things that you said that resonated with me is consciousness means we're in the present, and most of us live in survival. And until we bring it to the consciousness, we really want to be creators. We really want to live life. But if you're back in the past, you're not in the present. If you're thinking too much in the future and trying to take away the divine's power of predicting the future, we're still not present. So when you started talking about that resonated with me more. And it's why I try more to concentrate and do mindfulness exercises. So I just wanted to thank you for your session. I hope that others that are here got the same level of benefit from it. And even not, if you got some level of benefit from it, I think that that's moving you to another level. So just wanted to say thank you. It was meaningful to me. So I just pray it was meaningful to everyone else. Not sure if there was anybody else that wanted to share.
I have something to say also. Miss Yvonne, going through the session, at the end, yesterday I had a 5K run, so my body was tensed. So thank you. And thank you, God, for this day. After going through the session, I felt like crying. I had to hold back tears because I felt like I wanted to just cry. So I don't know. I mean, I'm usually a crybaby. However, it was a different feel right now.
Jackie, guys, I almost called her Picasso because that's what I call her. Jackie, listen, Kay, this is I want us to start thinking, somebody posted, I keep going back to Judge Brown, I don't know why, because she's been such a powerful symbol for me. Somebody posted a picture of her with tears running down, and I think that may have been when Cory Booker was talking to her. And what I wanted to say, and I saw where somebody posted that even in the most difficult time, before you have a birth, your water breaks. Yes? So for those of you who have given birth, and I thought that was so powerful. So many times we've been taught, like, don't cry. Listen, tears are the most cathartic things that you can have. And what you were feeling there, it was not necessarily something, it was just part of your relaxing process. It was part of the release, okay? That tears are released. People think this book talks a little bit about that. It has an exercise in it. Give yourself permission to let your tears flow. Look, because water is cleansing. Your tears are cleansing. We tend to think that we're only supposed to cry in sad moments. Oh, Jesus, I cry if I see you cry. I cry if so cry, let the tears flow, because that is your body's way of just releasing as well. That's part of, because it means, you're in tune. You're giving yourself permission to just let your body do. Do you know how hard it takes not to cry when you want to cry? You get a headache when you want to cry, and they're trying to hold it back, like most of us have been taught to do. So if that's what was going to happen, remember I said to you, when you let your lips fall apart, if you feel like you're drooling, drool. Let it. We spend so much of our days tensing up ourselves and just trying to be. Remember, part of mindfulness, Jackie, is letting go of judgment. Don't judge yourself. Whatever you're feeling, feel it and let it happen. But we judge ourselves. Oh, they're watching me. Oh, they're going to see me cry. Oh, they're going to let them. That's nobody's business. Remember this saying, what you think about me is none of my business. That's somebody else's business. So just let it happen. That's your body's way. And I'm telling you, especially, women are natural givers. Yes. And part of being in the giving process is that we feel like we have to hold back part of who we are. Yes. Again, it's time for us to embrace our authentic selves. Just give yourself permission to bawl if that's what you need to do. Give yourself permission. So I'm glad you had that feeling. So
thank you.
Would anybody else like to share anything? I wanted to say that I have recorded this session. I know a few of us have come on late, and there were over 60 people that registered, and they may have not been able to make it at the 3 o'clock. I'm going to share the link. I'm going to, upload the link and share the link so that everybody is able to experience what we were able to experience today. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome.
And I'll share it with everyone. So you can actually go back even after today. And if you need to be reminded and hear Miss Yvonne's voice again and be reminded of how to go through the steps.
And the beautiful thing about that too, Donna, they'll be able to see the PowerPoint if they weren't able to, because I didn't want to take up a lot of time reading everything. So that's why I particularly am happy that you recorded, because I can go back and look at the slides and, and so on. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay.
Thank you guys for your energy. That helped me to do so thank you so much. And for those of you my family, I tend to drag them into everything here. So Carlene, Heather, Pema, I don't see Clo anymore. So thank you guys. Eek. And I'll keep watching you, Sarah. You're an inspiration.
Thank you all for participating. If you did express yourself today and you would like a book and you don't know me personally, please send me your contact information. Sarah, Riley, I don't have your contact information. If you would like a book, please just send me your contact information privately in the chat. And I think the other speakers I know personally, so I would be able to get it to them.
Donna, Paula, can I put this is gonna send a direct message. I just wanted to put my website information where you guys can, find other information if you want. But I don't know if I put it here, it's gonna just go to Donna.
If you put it to everybody in the chat. If you just have everybody.
I was trying to get back to everyone, but now it's all right.
When I share the video link, I will share your information as well.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put it there, those of you who can see it. So it's IamMindful.me. So it's www.IamMindful.me. I don't know if everyone, I think it's just going to Donna. However, because I didn't change the setting, but Donna somebody will put it in there so you guys can see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And before we go again, ladies, please go on our website and register for our walk, Hairpiece 5K. It's October the 29th. Also, for those that are not in the States, we do have a virtual. So Miss Yvonne, your family member and friends can also register for our walk. Do so quickly because we have the early bird special. Thank you.
Okay, I figured out how to go back to everyone. So it's there, they can see IamMindful.me. All righty. Yes. This was awesome, everybody. Guys, here, thank you, ladies, for having invited me. I truly appreciate it. And thank you, everyone else, for your energy. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm usually jealous about my Sunday afternoons, but this was worth it. This was really, really enjoyable. So thank you.
So in closing, I would just like to thank everyone for coming. We are planning another wellness session in May. So we will send out the invitations to everyone who has registered for this session, and feel free to share it. It will be another free virtual session on wellness. And I just thank you for your time and energy. And I know that we'll be able to use this to elevate our minds, thinking to be transformative in our lives. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. God bless you all, and we hope to see you in May.
God
and
bless
don't
you.
forget to register.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.